Hey everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through my process of drawing Scarlett Johansson, and I've got a little challenge for us. We're going to skip the complicated Loomis method entirely. Alright, to get things started, I always begin with a simple cross in the center of the paper, just to keep everything centered. My approach here is outside in. Instead of starting with features, I'm looking at the hair and the outer curves of the face as simple geometric shapes. The most important part here is locking in three key lines: the eye line, the nose line, and the mouth line. Think of these as the foundation of a house. If they're tilted, the whole thing falls apart. If you're struggling to get these lines right, try opening the reference on your phone and zooming in until the face on the screen is the same size as your drawing. You can literally match the lines one to one. It's a total game changer, and I'll do a full video on that soon. Right now, I'm just placing blocks where the features will go. It's basically just scribbles for now, and it might not look like her yet, but that's totally fine. We're just building the skeleton. Now, I'm going in with a tissue to soften and lighten those rough lines. I want the portrait to be smooth so my eyes can focus on the shading. I always love starting with the nose because it's the compass of the face. Once the nose is set, it's so much easier to build everything else around it: up, down, left, and right. From the nose, I move to the eyebrow, and from there, I mark the eye placement. Notice I'm still not drawing the actual eye details yet. And here's the kicker: I'm not going to draw the eyes until the very end. I want to prove to you that a great portrait is all about the structure and proportions, not just the tiny details. I've broken this down into 3 simple steps that change the way I draw. Then I move down to the mouth. I call this connected drawing. Each part leads you to the next, which makes the whole process feel way more natural and fun. At this stage, you'll see about 70% of the likeness. If you spot some mistakes in the proportions, don't sweat it. Shading in the next step is where we'll fix everything. Now, I'm starting to define the left side of the face. To really lock it in, I always start with the eyebrow first, and then work my way down to the eye itself. The most critical thing here is making sure both eyes stay on the exact same level. Seriously, this is where most portraits go wrong, and it's the make or break point for getting a true likeness. Now, I know what you're thinking. You probably see a lot of mistakes right now. But like I told you, I'm not chasing 100% detail in this phase. I'm obsessing over the dimensions and the placement, and you'll see exactly how much that pays off once we hit the final stage. For the ear, it usually lines up between the nose and the eyebrow, but keep an eye on the head tilt to make sure it looks natural. This is where the magic happens. Now we're really bringing out those true features. I'm using an 8B pencil to pull out those deep shadows and define the structure. Shading isn't just coloring, it's like sculpting the face with light. Pay close attention to where the darkest values are, because that's what builds character. Now, if you look closely, this is only the second pencil I've touched, and I'm going to use it to finish the entire drawing. I want you to see just how many different layers and values you can pull out of a single pencil. I'm doing this to prove that you don't need a massive kit of expensive tools to get great results. All you really need is one pencil, ideally something with a darker grade, and you can hit every single value on the scale. Now, it does take a little bit of practice to master that control. So, if you'd like a deep dive video on exactly how to use your pencil pressure to get these results, let me know in the comments and I'll make a special video just for that. At this point, I've pretty much wrapped up the main details on the nose, so I'm moving straight down to the mouth to keep that flow going. You'll notice that in this stage, I am obsessing over every single detail. Now, a lot of artists struggle with getting the distance between the nose and the mouth just right. But with this shading technique, you'll find that your eye naturally starts to lock in that spacing without you even thinking about it. And hey, If you ever feel like you're losing your way and can't tell if the drawing looks right anymore, I've got a trick for you. It might sound a little strange at first, but trust me, it works. When you hit that wall, I want you to step away from the drawing, just for 5 minutes. Go grab a coffee, walk around, do anything else. When you come back and look at the paper with fresh eyes, every single mistake you missed before will jump right out at you. This is a personal hack I use all the time. I want you to try it on this portrait, or any other piece you're working on, and let me know how it goes. I'll be waiting to hear your results in the comments, and I promise I'll be reading them. See that? Even though the eyes aren't finished, it's clearly Scarlett. This proves that getting the mass right is way more important than obsessing over small details too early. Next up, I'm diving into the t-shirt. Even though our main focus in this video is the face, a portrait never really feels complete without including part of the body to ground it. I'm not going to spend hours on every single fold or detail in the fabric, but I'm adding just enough simple shading to make it pop and give the whole piece a finished look. Moving on to the hair. Since her hair is light, I don't need to cover the whole thing in graphite. I just focus on the shadow areas and the roots, leaving the highlights as the white of the paper. That's what gives it that realistic shine without much effort. And now for the moment we've been waiting for, the eyes. This is where we put the soul into the drawing. A thin layer of shading, darkening the pupil, and making sure to keep that white reflection so the eyes look alive. Check that out! No Loomis, no starting with eyes, just a solid result. I really hope this inspires you to try a different approach to your portraits. If you enjoyed this challenge, I actually did a similar video for Walter White from Breaking Bad that a lot of people loved. You should definitely check it out next if you haven't seen it. And if you want to hang out and grow your art skills with me, I'd love to have you subscribe and join the family. Let me know in the comments which part was the trickiest for you. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next drawing.